going to go ahead and jump right into it. With the Judgment reverse here, there are so many different layers that we're dealing with. There are things we're already working on that we already know of, right? But what's happening is that it's actually leading us to something deeper that we're not already conscious of. So this is related to towards the end of July. What is it that more so just got brought to your awareness in regards to an issue that you know that you've already had, but in July there were some hints and signs that you received of why it's happening and how important it is to begin to clear this. And so what's happening is that is leading to something even deeper that's happening in August. More more revelations are happening. And then here we have the Eight of Pentacles reversed and the Page of Swords. These revelations are relevant to, there's this phrase that came to me about Eight of Pentacles reversed recently, and it's saying doing this is like, I had to remember as I was talking, right? But doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results is insanity, right? We've all heard that, right? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting something different is insanity. That is this unique message of the Eight of Pentacles reversed that came to me a couple of weeks ago. So that applies here. We're having revelations on these layers of things that have been happening in our life. So to recap, we're having these revelations that we've already been working on from July. We're getting deeper in them because they're leading to greater revelations. And this is about how we're doing the same thing over and over and expecting similar results, and how it's showing out in the way that we're thinking. It's affecting a way of thinking. We're having a new way of thinking come about simply because we're working on these things. New perspectives are bound to happen right now in August. We have the King of Cups, Ten of Wands, the Emperor reversed. So there's something happening with our relationship, with our leadership in life. How are we taking lead in our life? And there is this passivity that we're having to overcome. This passive way of being, of healing, this passive way of healing has led us to being overwhelmed. So it is time for us to have a more direct role. You know, a lot of us are healers, and we think a lot about spirituality. And we've done work. We've done a lot of work. But it seems like there's been this hiatus, and it's time to come out of the hiatus. Time to get back into our active role of healing ourselves. And the information that we're coming into this month is definitely directly related to exactly what we're going to be healing, exactly the type of work we're going to be doing. So sure, call it some shadow work. You know, I'm not very fond of that phrase, shadow work, but you know, we're pretty familiar with that, right? Where you're dealing with the parts of yourselves that it has some positive intent as to why we're doing these things, why we're having negative actions, but it's coming from a bad space, and we're needing to really tap into what exactly is happening that we're not very fully aware of, that's controlling things in our life, so we can take that back. So that's the type of work that we're getting back into control of our healing. And then finally we have here the Tower reversed, Seven of Pentacles, and Justice. Now, we all know what happens, right? When you're doing the work. We're seeing some major change. Okay. It's not always pretty, right? We're asking for healing in our relationships, and next thing you know, we're feeling a little lonely. We're having to get rid of people in our life. We have to focus on the reason our relationships is the way that it is. So basically, there's going to be some change, some uncomfortable change, right? That's the Tower. And with patience with ourselves, we're able to get in alignment with our highest truth. Okay. So August is about tapping through those layers that are running the show, that have no business running the show, because they're coming from a space of pain, trauma, coming from spaces where healing is needed. We want to have our healed spaces be in alignment with our actions, not our pain be in alignment with our actions. You understand what I'm saying? To reword, the reason that we heal in the first place is because what's going on in our life is directly affected by the pain and the trauma. So if you heal the pain and the trauma, then of course you're healing your actions. You're seeing better results in your day-to-day that you want to see. And we're stepping out of this space where we've been passive. We're moving to a space where we're getting active. We've been active before. It's nothing new. We're just having a little reset. We're getting back to our activity. We're getting back to our practice in a way that is very important right now. And we're going to see some changes. So we're going to have some uncomfortable changes. And it's okay. Be patient with yourself in the process to show yourself that you love yourself. Don't be harsh. Don't be critical. Don't say, woe is me. Why me? Oh, how bad life is. Life is happening to me. You want to say, I am experiencing this so that I can clear this because I deserve to have better experiences. And so what's happening is that you come out a much higher vibrating individual. And that's what it's all about, right? Raising our vibration. Because then you're able to operate in a space of truth. Because all of the pain and the trauma is a lie that you have to work through. The truth is who you are in your spirit and your soul and the purity. That's who you truly are, right? And so we've believed these lies of our experiences, of our pain. That's why I call them lies, right? Because we're believing them. That's why we're having to work through them. Whatever happened, we believe that it belongs. There could be a lesson in something, and then, it doesn't have to belong. So it had its place. It did what it did to us. Now it's time to clear it, okay? Excuse me. It did what it did for us, and now it's time to clear it. Recap. Let's recap. Recap. There are layers and layers and layers to us that we've become aware of. A lot of the top layer, but there are some deeper layers, deep down layers that the top layer is leading us to. Okay, so there's some issues we have, things that we're not liking, and we're about to become aware of some more things, some deeper things. And we're coming from a space of being passive about it. And it's firing us up, for sure. It's firing us up to want to be more active in our healing. And the result of that is that we're seeing change. It's uncomfortable, but you be patient, and you love yourself. And the full result of all of this is higher truth in alignment with clearing all of that energy, all of that debt, and able to have a much more peaceful experience in that regard. In that aspect of your perspective, in that one aspect of the perspective, we're moving on, finally, because it's not something new. And I'm so happy for all of us, like I say, myself included, and we're on the same wavelength. So we're all going through this. And it is still a beautiful experience, even during the times that it doesn't feel like it. So let's all remember that.